Hi guys, welcome to Wednesday. We've got a fun workout for you with some squatting, some pull-ups, and then a 13-minute AMRAP WOD. For the warm-up, we're going to start with our jump rope. So if you don't have access to a jump rope, you can do penguin claps or jumping jacks. Remember on the penguin claps, we want to jump tall and then clap those hips 2 times while in air. For the jumping jacks, what I want you to do is extend the arms and legs out at the same time and then bring them back together. Next, we're going to go into our plate goblet squat. For this, you're going to hold the edge of the plate, get into your squat stance, butt back, knees out, chest up. You can use the elbows here to push the knees out further and open up those hips, knees. You can come forward, open up the ankles, and then stand. If you're at home using a dumbbell or kettlebell, then I would recommend holding vertically like this. Next, what we're going to do is go into our plate Bentover rows. So same position, holding it at the sides. I'm going to hinge at the hips though to push my butt back and row the weight up to my chest. I'll hold for a few seconds to really squeeze those shoulder blades together and then come back down. If I'm using a dumbbell or kettlebell, I'll hold horizontally, still hinge at the hips, and then pull into the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades. Next, we're going to go wall ball thruster. So for this, I want you to practice having the elbows underneath the wrist, and ideally those elbows inside of the knees. So I'm going to squat down and then press up. When I press, ideally I want to cover my ears with my biceps. I'll bring it back down in front of the face, squat, and press. If you are using a dumbbell or kettlebell, I'd recommend holding horizontally, having it just under the chin, and then you'll squat and press. Just make sure to tuck that chin or move the head back slightly so you don't hit it on the way up. Next we're going to go into is our PVC power cleans. For these guys, you're going to have the hands outside the hips. We're going to hook grip the bar. Feet are going to be right underneath me. Shoulders are down and back. You're going to push the knees out, push the butt back, let the bar come down the legs just below the knees. From here, I'm going to keep the bar close, pop my hips, and pull my elbows through. This is my finish. I'll catch, reload those hips, pop, catch, and stand. If you're at home, I want you just to practice using one dumbbell or kettlebell, and you'll alternate sides. So go down, one head's going to touch the ground, you're going to shrug, and then come up to this front rack position. You'll switch hands, touch the head, and then shrug. Make sure that you're keeping the weight close to your body and not swinging it out too far in front of you. Next we'll go empty barbell power cleans at the gym, or if you're at home, you're going to go ahead and grab both weights. You can set up inside the feet for your power clean, or I would bring the feet in just a little bit more, go on the outsides and still shrug, and then pull yourself under and stand. And then our last movement is going to be our empty barbell back squat. So for this, we're typically going to have the hands a little bit wider. I want to make sure that those shoulders are down and back, basically creating a shelf for the bar to sit on, where they're going to push the hips back, squat down, and stand. If you need to widen out the hands to make it a little more comfortable, that's fine. You're going to be coming from the rack, so the bar's going to be on the rack. You're going to step under, unrack the bar, step back, and then perform your squat. If you're at home, I want you to try and hold the weights as high up on your shoulders as possible. So ideally here in this position, so the elbows are nice and high, the weight's towards the back, and then I'll go down and squat. If that's too challenging, just hold in the front rack position, or even just switch to one dumbbell if you need to. If you're in class, half the class is going to start on the strength portion, half is going to start on the WOD, and then we'll switch. So first guys, on the strength portion, you're going to have 5 to 7 reps for the back squat at a light weight, and we're going to be supersetting all of these with a max set of strict pull-ups. Round 2, you're going to increase the weight. Round 3, you'll increase. And then rounds 4 through 6, these are meant to be your heavier working sets, and I want 3 to 5 reps here. There's no spotters, so make sure that you complete the rep. All right. If you're at home, you can use tempo. 1.5 reps or segmented pauses to make those dumbbells or kettlebells more challenging. And then we've got several strict pulling options here. On the pulling options, I want you to choose a variation that you can complete 3 to 7 unbroken reps with. Okay, so this is a max effort. All right, so I want you to get on the bar, perform your pull-ups. When you can't complete anymore, your set is done. You're gonna go back to the back squat. Some options we have, for the most advanced, it'll be a weighted ring muscle up, strict ring muscle up, a weighted bar muscle up, weighted chest to bar, weighted chin over bar. We can do RX, which basically just means all of those movements strict, but without any additional weight. We can also do banded pull-ups. This is not a kipping pull-up. I also don't want to see any jumping pull-ups. Okay, so it's just strict, straight up and down. We could also do negatives, where you're going to jump up, but then slowly lower yourself down. Take about 3 to 5 seconds to lower down. That's your negative. And then our last option will be ring rows, or if you're at home, you're going to do double dumbbell Bentover rows. And again, for these guys, just like with the ring rows, mix up the grip. You're going to hinge at the hips, pull to the chest. So that's my overhand, my neutral, and then my underhand. Okay, so just mix those up. Get one set of each in. And again, just going back to the back squat, make sure you can complete your rep before you start, because we're not going to have spotters. All right. And again, if you're at home, tempo we've talked about, you're going to squat down, maybe 3 seconds down, maybe hold in the bottom position for 3 seconds, and then explode up. The 1.5 rep, you're going to go down, halfway up, back down, stand. And then our pauses just means pick a couple of spots in the movement to pause, hold for a few seconds, pause, pause, and then stand. All right, for our WOD, this is going to be a 13-minute AMRAP. So it is 10 power cleans, 20 wall balls, and 30 double unders. This was an old Lorong Challenge WOD, and there were 3 levels. I just renamed them RX Plus, RX, and Scaled. So RX Plus has the weight at 135 for the guys, 93 for the ladies, 20 pounds for the men, 14 pounds for the ladies, both at 10 feet, and then double unders. For the RX, we've got 95 and 63 is the weight for the power cleans, 20 and 14 still for the wall balls, but both at 9 feet. And then I cut the number of double unders in half to 15. And then our scales, 65 and 43, wall ball 14 at 10 feet for the guys, ladies 10 feet at, 10 pounds at 9 feet, and then 30 single unders. So for the power cleans, what we can do to scale or substitute rather for this, if you're at home, double dumbbells or kettlebells, or if you need to go single, that's fine too. I would just alternate sides. For the wall balls, I would just have one weight. Hopefully it should be a little bit heavier. So guys, if you're normally using a 20-pound wall ball, if you're at home, I want you to use like a 35-pound dumbbell or kettlebell. Okay, so that would be somewhat equivalent to the actual wall ball movement, which is a little more dynamic than just a plain thruster. And then lastly, for the double unders, you can substitute penguin claps if you're at home, or jumping jacks if you don't have access to a jump rope. I'm also okay kind of mixing and matching a little bit here. This is just to give you some guidance on kind of what level to pick for the workout, so that way you can keep moving the entire 13 minutes. Guys, be sure to note in the comments how heavy you lifted for your back squat, as well as what variation you used for your strict pull-ups and how many reps you got. And then also be sure to put in your WOD score and then any modifications that you made. Guys, I hope you have fun, good luck, and move well.